time for an ICU shift recap. So let's recap this shift. This was shift 2 of 2, and I was actually charge nurse this shift. And so I didn't have my own patient assignment, but I was overseeing all of the nurses in my ICU. Start off by getting a report, and then I didn't eat breakfast. So I quickly ran down and got a breakfast burrito. And when I came back, a nurse asked if I could put an IV in for her. Or not for her, but for her patient. And so I went ahead and put an IV in. I walked around, said hi to everyone. I did a couple boosts and turns, and then a nurse called me and said, hey, can you come grab some labs for me? So went ahead and grabbed those labs for her. Another nurse asked me if I could do a med rec for a new patient that she had because she was so busy and they needed to figure out what meds this patient was on so that way the pharmacist could approve them. So went ahead and did the med rec for that patient, and then had to draw some more labs after that. Rapid was called shortly after that, but I was not needed. And then when I got back, another nurse asked for an IV, so went ahead and put in another IV. At 11:30, a rapid was called, and then when I got back from that rapid, a nurse needed just assistance, an extra set of hands, because she was going to be pulling a sheath. Rapid was called shortly after that, and then when I got back from that, I went ahead and did lunch, and after I ate lunch, I went over for an EVD placement in a different ICU. I just got certified on EVDs, and so I wanted to see the whole placement and setup and everything, like outside of a classroom, like real life. During that placement, a code blue was called, so I quickly went over to that. And when I finished up there, helped a nurse with an enema. I broke our secretary for lunch and just kind of played secretary for a little bit. And then at 3 o'clock, I had to talk to a family that had a concern. Wrapped up that conversation, and then at 15:30, a nurse called me and needed some help with CRT, so went ahead and helped with that, and then helped boost and turn a couple patients towards the end of my shift. Did my rounds at 17:30 on all the nurses, checking up on all the patients. At 1800, a nurse asked if I could help put in a Foley, so I did that. And then there was another rapid response called towards the end of my shift. Luckily, I wasn't really needed, so I was able to go back at 1900 and give report to night shift. And that's my ICU shift recap.